Feels like the first time. It
Feels like the very first time. Yeah, okay.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Jodie, and I'm here with the lovely Alicia.
Hello. So today we're talking about back to basics.
Back to basics.
Have you never had eyelash extensions before and you're
Never had
exploring the idea of getting eyelash extensions? You've come to the right place. We're going to talk you through getting eyelash extensions for the first time, what to expect, what's going to happen. And if you're a lash artist, don't run away. You can always use this information to help you educate new customers as well. So we'll give you some tips and things about getting eyelash extensions for the first time, applicable to anybody, even if you've had lashes before. You might learn something new.
For me,
yeah, tell us about your experience getting lashes. What happened? What happened? You walked in.
Our very first time, or not so long ago, being brought into the industry.
It was like 4 years ago now.
I was nervous. I was nervous about someone playing with my eyes. I was nervous about being so close, in such a close vicinity to someone. I was excited about the actual result, but I was a little bit nervous about the experience.
Yeah, and you're not one that likes to lay still, so you had a lot of questions.
A lot of questions. What are you doing now? When's it going to be finished? When are you going to be over? How long to go?
Hot tip for someone getting lashes done for the first time, asking when is it going to be finished or are you done yet is something a lash artist does not want to hear, especially after they've just applied like the fourth lash and you're like, how much longer? Don't ask your lash artist that.
Big hint for lash artists and big hint for people getting their lashes done. We're talking to both. Ask how much time you need to be there for.
Yeah.
So you are prepared. I wasn't really prepared. Alicia sort of said to me, you're going to be here for a couple of hours. And I'm like, yeah, she's just saying that so that I block out a couple of hours of work and that's it. But no, I was there for a couple of hours.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so hot tip, if you're a lash artist, make sure you tell your clients. And if you have bookings online, make sure it says clearly, full set, 3 hours or whatever it is, so that they actually know how long it's going to be.
And for the client, organise your kids to get picked up. Go to the toilet before you go into the session. Do all that, or the restroom before you go into the session. Get yourself prepped as well.
Yeah, these are all good tips. This is stuff like well before walking in. You need to think about these things. Also, a hot tip on prepping your lashes. And it's so unusual for this to happen because you don't get a lot, as a lash artist, you don't get a lot of opportunity to talk to your clients before they come in for the first set of lashes. It's usually either online booking, you might never have spoken to them before. But if you are going to get your lashes done for the first time and you have this opportunity and you're listening to us right now and you're going to go get lashes, make the most of this. Start your lash washing in advance. Okay, you've probably been wearing mascara and makeup on your lashes for years, decades, and it does not come off in one wash. As much as we'd like to hope that it would, it does not. And so when you're getting lashes done for the first time, they're often like the dirtiest they'll ever be with eyelash extensions, because once you get eyelash extensions, you start washing them every day, twice a day. And your lashes become really clean and healthy and well looked after. But before that, this first set often doesn't last as well as your sets will eventually last, because the lashes just aren't as clean as they should be. So if you can, get yourself a lash cleanser, Prolong Lash cleanser, and start washing 2 weeks before your lash set. If you can do that, it'll just benefit you so much more to have that squeaky clean base, prepped lashes. And that's not something that a lash artist will probably ever tell you to do, because it's unachievable to say, go and do this 2 weeks before.
I was just sitting here thinking about what you were saying then. When you fall pregnant, they tell you to start taking prenatal vitamins, months before you have the baby. And so it's kind of like a new car, isn't it? You get a new car, you get a new set of lashes, you wash it all the time, but your old ones you don't. The old one you don't as much. But you get a new one, it's all like shiny new, you wash it.
Yeah.
So wash them beforehand. Wash that old car before you get your new one.
Well, yeah, give yourself a nice clean base and your lash artist will be so impressed. They'll be like, oh my gosh, you've got beautiful clean lashes.
And they'll last longer.
They will. They'll last longer. That's the point. They'll adhere better. Lash extensions do not stick to dirty eyelashes, okay? So they'll adhere better. That's a little just a hot tip, just a random one that I've thrown in there for the free getting eyelash extensions situation. But when you go to get your eyelashes for the first time, what are you going to expect when you're walking in?
Yeah, I think from me, I was very lucky. I went to a very professional lash artist for the first time. So I was worded up. I already had an indication of what time I was going to be left there. That was the first thing for me. I needed to know what time and what I needed to do. First time someone working around that eye. I think it's really important that I knew those two things, but I also wanted to know what you were putting on my eyes, what length you were going to put on my eyes, how much different they were going to look. Are they going to be longer than my lashes now? How much longer? I wanted to know a little bit more about the ins and outs of it, and then it's the big reveal at the end. But I think I wanted to know that you knew what you were doing. I wanted to feel comfortable and safe in your hands, that you were a professional lash artist using good products. That was important to me, that something around my eye was going to be tested. And I'd also looked up your reviews, of course, before I got there.
Yeah. So I think they're all fair and realistic things to expect when you walk in for your first appointment. So as a lash artist myself and someone that has done thousands of sets of lashes and had seen thousands of clients, my client would come in and I would expect this from a lash service that I was going to as well. And the first thing would be to have a consultation. So just as Jodie was saying, like, she wants to know about the length, she wants to know about the thickness, what's it going to be like. This consultation helps, one, the lash artist to understand exactly what the customer is looking for. So as a customer, come prepared. You can bring some photos. Remember, every eye is different. So if your eye shape is not matching the photo that you've brought in, they're not going to look exactly perfectly the same as that. But inspiration is a good thing to bring in. Bring in these photos. Explain what you're looking for. Tell them about your circumstances. Are you getting these done for an event and maybe you'll never get them done again? Are you getting them done for everyday wear? Things like that. Be prepared to answer some questions and allow your lash artist to really understand what you need from your lashes. And then they can share as much or as little information as you need. With Jodie, she wanted to know a lot, and some people do, and that's fair because it's your eyes and it's going on your eyes. But some people also like, just make me look beautiful and I don't care what you do, just whatever. So feel free to ask the questions and your lash artist can tell you. They might not be able to say, I'm going to use 10, 11 and 12 millimeters right then in your consultation. But as they're doing them, they can tell you that if you're wanting to get that deep into knowing exactly what's going on your eyes. But yeah, that would be the first thing. You would expect a consultation and you would expect to come to an agreement about what's going to go on there. And also just be open-minded the first time. Like, lash artists are not magicians. And as much as we try to understand exactly what you're looking for, doesn't always mean the same thing to everybody. If you say, I don't want them long to you and long to me might mean very different things. So
it's like a hairdresser. It's exactly that. You can go in and say exactly what you want, what you think you want, but how they perceive the haircut. And you come out and many times you come out and it's like, oh, it's not exactly, it's nothing like I asked.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not nothing like you asked for by the time you're done with your lash extensions, but maybe you open your eyes the first time and go, you know what, I reckon I could go longer on the outside next time. I want a different shape. I want a cat's eye instead of a kitten look. I want them to be a bit longer. And those things can come with time. Like, allow the first time to be your trial, I suppose, where you can go, are these the right lashes for me? And then you come back for your refill in a few weeks and you work towards that like ultimate perfect set for you. Just be open-minded.
And I think that's really important that you say that because I was very happy with mine. I was very lucky. I knew exactly what I wanted. I didn't want them to look too unnatural. I was always going to be that classic look, but think people can react really badly because it's so in your face. It's not like something you can hide under a shirt or something. It's in your face. If you get a tattoo and you're not overly happy with it, you cover it with a shirt, you sort of forget about it for a while, but your lashes are right there.
Tattoos on you forever. The lashes are like a couple of weeks.
Well, no, yes, I know. I'm just saying you can't hide it. You walk out and you think everyone's looking. Advice from me to you, getting your lashes for the first time, people aren't looking at your lashes straight away. Walked out thinking, everyone's looking at my lashes, everyone's looking at my lashes.
No, they're probably just like, you look amazing. You look open-eyed and awake and
what did I look
ready
like
to take on the world.
But yeah, exactly what Alicia said. It's really hard to have expectation with lash extensions because it's something that's so different and it's so in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to be prepared to the big reveal could be a little bit scary to start with. But once the big reveal is done, step back, give yourself a couple of days before you start picking them off. Don't pick them off.
Don't pick them off.
But I'm a picker. I know. But yeah.
If this is your first time getting your lashes done, do not pick them. If you have a problem with them, please go back to your lash artist. No, I'm serious. You rip your eyelash out. Your natural eyelash will come out with it. If you pick it and you pull off your extension, your natural lash will come with it. And that's not good for your lash line. You'll end up with a big gap and you can traumatize hair follicles if you're picking at them all the time, okay? Yeah, you remember the 90s or whatever when everyone plucked their eyebrows to this thin little tiny line and then no one could grow their eyebrows back again?
That's exactly
what happens when you over pluck.
So another thing, because I want to get off that topic because it's like you're telling me off because I pluck. I do pluck. The actual experience, be ready for the actual experience of laying down on the bed, relaxing. Some people do fall asleep.
So often.
Yeah, so just, be ready for that it's very close. You're in very close vicinity to someone for a long time. They are leaning over you, usually from behind or beside, so they're not in front of you. But you are very relaxed on a table and you have your body all out. So be aware that you are laying down and that someone is working around your face the whole time and that it can be relaxing for some people. Other people find it uncomfortable.
Well, I've had very different experiences. I've had my lashes done a lot in the last 15 to 20 years. And I've had very different experiences from being quite uncomfortable to feeling like I'm in heaven. Okay, so do think about that when you're choosing your lash artist. Have they just like whipped up a, folding massage table with no padding and there's no pillow and you don't get a blanket? That's going to be uncomfortable to lay there for 3 hours. I wouldn't want to do that. And I have done that. But some places will make you feel as comfortable as possible. They'll have ergonomic beds, they'll have cushioning, they'll have blankets, they'll have electric blankets on there to heat the bed. There's lots of nice things and embellishments that can come with it. But do be mindful, do you want to bring your own blanket? I mean, if you think you're the type of person that's going to get cold laying still for 3 hours, you do have to lay still as well. It's not just lay down. You need to not move. So you will get cold if you're laying still for 3 hours because your body temperature will drop. So do you want to bring your own blanket? I had one lash artist who I went to who I really, really loved her work, but her setup was basic. And I used to take my own really big, long puffer jacket to I'd put my arms in it, wear it backwards and have it as a blanket over me because I always got cold. But do think about dress appropriately, dress comfortably. And think about the fact that you need to lay still and your eyes need to stay closed. No opening your eyes. Put your phone on airplane mode because you cannot be checking your text messages. If you open your eyes, they will burn. Blue fumes will go in your eyes and they will sting. That sounds scary. It's not as scary as it sounds because all you need to do is keep your eyes closed. But if you're in the middle of a text message argument with someone and you're going to need to reply really quick, I would suggest saying, I'm going into an appointment, I can't reply to you for a while. Don't make your lash artist reply for you, please. As a lash artist that's had to do that before.
So get yourself sorted, make sure that you've got that time clear. Like as I said before, you haven't got to pick up kids or you haven't got to worry about things. Get yourself all sorted and have that 2 hours, 3 hours to yourself and be ready to be indulged. So one thing you need to be aware of before you do go sorry, I just want to say one more thing about before you're going. Make sure you know the pricing. Make sure that you understand the pricing. Make sure that you understand that lash extensions are a commitment, that you just don't get them on first time unless it's for an event, and then you're happy for them to fall out.
Yeah, or if you need to get them removed, that may be at a cost. I mean, it is a lash artist's time that you do take up to get a removal. I think it's fair to say you can't just expect a free removal because you don't want them on anymore. That is actually not fair to the lash artist. So there may be a cost to remove them as well. So take that into account. The actual cost of the day, the fact that you maybe have to buy some aftercare products for it, which it depends on who you go and see. You definitely have to buy aftercare products for it.
It just might be that your lash artist you go to doesn't offer it, but you should be aware that in that process you need to then research your own or ask the question, how do I wash my lashes afterwards? How many times do I need to come in for refills? So these, you just have to be aware. You'll go into a little bit more, but be aware that this is a commitment financially for you. So it's an investment that you really need to be serious about. And there are steps to it, not just on the day. So let's talk a little bit about that. You open your eyes up, you sit up, you're all finished. You love your lashes because Alicia did a great job.
You look amazing.
What do you say? What do you turn around and say to me?
I always wish I still did lashes because you advertise me so often. But
yeah, I know.
Could be a millionaire.
You could.
But yeah, when you open your eyes, your lash artist will give you a mirror or the opportunity to have a look at them. Take a minute to absorb, and like you might just go, I love them, they're perfect. If they're not perfect, don't panic, okay? It is fixable. Like if you flat out hate them, that's a problem, because I think there was an issue with the consultation process there, and there was a big misunderstanding because as much as lash artists try to give you the perfect set and they'll get close, it may not be perfect. It should at least be on the same page, So if you've asked for classic set and you've worked out with mega volume or something like that, that's a problem, okay? So that is something.
Don't go home and cut them.
Don't go home. Tell your lash artist then, actually, this is not what we agreed on during the consultation process. But I just don't predict that happening for you because you are savvy enough to have learnt before you've gone to your appointment what to expect. So from watching this video that when you walk in, if your consultation isn't thorough and you've got an understanding and an agreement on what's going to be put on your eyes, then that's a red flag.
Yeah.
So I don't predict that anyone watching this video is going to go, open eyes, I hate them, okay?
So open your eyes and you're going to think they're fantastic.
And if you think they're fantastic, but I'd love them to be a little bit longer on the outside edge, I'd love this or like that, give the feedback to your lash artist then, but also don't expect them to fix it right that minute because they actually can't. I know that sort of sucks, but once they've done a full set, your lashes are done. All of your lashes are taken up. There's no more space to be adding more lashes in. There's no more space to be putting longer lashes on. What needs to happen now is you need to go allow the lashes to continue their natural lash cycle, to shed, to drop off those extensions, to grow new ones in their place for a couple of weeks. And then you can make the amendments at your refill time. So
good point. That's a really, really good thing. That's a really good thing because I didn't even think of that till you said it then. I was just happy with mine. But yeah, if I wanted more, there's no more lashes. That's it. It's done.
Yeah. And so if you're wanting them thicker, then you say next time, if you got classic, you need to go for Russian volume. If you got Russian volume, but they say a 3 or 4D, which means 3 or 4 little lashes in a cluster, maybe you need a 5D, 6D, 7D, whatever it is to thicken them up. But you can let your lash artist know that. I keep wanting to say client. You want to let your lash artist know that, but in a relaxed
tactful
way, just say, that's great. Next time I would love to add a bit of this because, just be aware that they can't work miracles. Lashes are lashes. There's only so many lashes on there.
So then every good lash artist will tell you the spiel about what you can and can't do when you're getting up and leaving.
Yeah, tell us how you look after eyelash extensions.
See, I'm an expert.
You are an expert.
I'm an expert.
Tell me all about it.
So my biggest few years when I went to have my lashes done were, can I still swim? Can I still go to the gym? Do I have to cover them up when I'm walking? I asked some really silly questions, but they're not silly. But at the time, I felt like they were questions I needed to know because that's my lifestyle.
Sure.
So I asked about lifestyle questions. I asked about how can I wet them? Do I wash them? I asked all those questions. So I was told you do wash them. You wash them twice a day. You wash them from the second you get home because it helps take some of the residue off what has actually just happened, because you do feel like someone's been around your eye area for 3 hours.
Yeah, and when you're using a cyanoacrylate-based glue, the fumes will settle on the skin, and so there will be chemicals on the skin around the lash line. So wash that off straight away, and a really good lash artist will wash them for you straight after your lash service.
Well, I got washed. I did get washed, so I was lucky. But yes, you just get your lash cleanser from any good lash salon. Lash artist will sell their own cleansers. Most of them will sell Prolong Lash, of course. And you take it home with you and you wash twice a day. And you wash your new lashes, like we talked about, you don't wash your old ones enough, as much as you can, because it helps retain your lash extensions for longer.
Mm-hmm.
And you've just made that investment. So for the $20, $23, $18, $14 they're going to say at the end of the service to purchase it. It lasts you about 30 days if you use it twice a day. So you've got a good month to 6 weeks there for you for next time you go back and you get your next set.
Yeah, it baffles me that a client would not buy a Lash Aftercare. Say you spent, for example, $200 on your set of lashes, and then you won't spend $12, $15 on a cleanser. Like, you just spent hours of your life and plenty of your money.
It's like not putting petrol in your car.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, how far is your car going to go? Exactly. Your lashes are going to fall off.
They're going to break down.
What a waste of money to not look after them. For a few more bucks. People say bucks elsewhere. Is that Australianism?
Maybe.
For a few more dollars.
Bucks. I like bucks. A few more bucks.
Dollar bucks.
Get it cash.
That's from Bluey. For all our Bluey lovers out there.
Yeah.
Dollar bucks.
$1.
For a couple of dollar bucks, you can make your lashes last so much longer, and it is such worth the investment. Like,
it's just I was just told by my lash artist sitting next to me, I was just told I had to wash them.
You have to wash them.
I wasn't given an option. So even if you don't get that told to you by a lash artist, please do some research yourself and look at some videos and watch some videos on the fact that you do have to wash your lashes. All big companies, all big brands, anyone that sells lashes, does lashes, will say the same thing: wash your lashes.
Yeah. So for those first timers, can I just quickly explain that lashes are filters. Their job is to stop things from going in your eyes. I'm just doing my Aftercare spiel now. So they catch things: dirt, debris, sleep, dead skin cells, lash mites. And that's Jodie's impression of a lash mite she's doing over the other side of the desk. But those things get caught in your natural lashes anyway. And then when you have extensions on them, your filter is just bigger. You have more surface area to catch all this stuff. So lash extensions are going to get even dirtier than normal natural lashes. So you do have to wash them twice daily. And you don't have to keep them dry for 24 hours. That is a myth-busted, old-timey rules. You did used to have to once upon a time. So if you see that information out there, it's not that it's like wrong, it's that it's old information. It just, whoever maybe you're getting that information off hasn't caught up with the new standards in lash adhesive. So don't worry about that. Wash them straight away. Wash them twice a day. Basically, it's as simple as that. Don't pick them. Don't pull them out.
See, she looks at me, for those of you that can't see.
Otherwise, don't worry. Just live your life. I don't like to tell people, you can't do this. You have to sleep a certain way. You can't go and wear sunscreen or whatever rules that sometimes people come up with to try to protect lashes. Just wash them. That's all you have to do.
So going on the washing, so when I went home to wash, now one thing is you're actually quite nervous about touching them. You are, I don't care who you are, the first time you get them done, you're nervous about touching them. Yep. And then you realise that they are just your lashes. They're actually your lashes with an extension on them. Like, it's exactly what I know that sounds very basic. I didn't quite get all that till I had them done. But when you wash your lashes, and you with Prolong Lash, of course, and you squirt it into your hand, and you put the brush or the spoolie or whatever you're using, whatever that you're given, you actually brush like you brush your hair, like you brush into the lashes, and you get involved in the lashes in every space, and you wash the lash line, and then you rinse it off. Like, you just don't pat it with the stuff. You actually go through like a comb.
Yeah.
You have to really get in there.
Downward motion, eyes closed, from the top down, and it gets all the way to the base. And Prolong Lash is formulated specifically to be a very lush, thick, foaming cleanser. So it does get all the way down to the base without being watery, which means it doesn't seep into your eye. So use a lash specific cleanser for this, and it will get all the way into between the lashes and actually really clean them out.
Don't use baby shampoo.
Oh,
I hear that people use baby shampoo. And make sure, as I said, we're here to educate. We're not here to plug. But make sure that whatever cleanser you are using, it is that thick. It is thick when it squirts out, because the pump action and getting that thickness, that foam on your hand, and then putting it through your lashes is what washes it. It's actually, you can feel it washing, like when you wash your hair and you're washing it with shampoo and you wash it once and sometimes it doesn't froth up. So you wash it one more time. I know this sounds ridiculous, but you actually feel cleaner when you've got that second layer of shampoo through your hair.
It's not ridiculous, it's true. The first layer, the first wash gets rid of that surface dirt and residue, but the second wash actually cleans. So if you're wearing makeup, always double cleanse your lashes as well, just like you would double cleanse your hair when you wash it.
Beauty salons tell you when you're taking your makeup off to take your makeup off with a makeup remover and then use your cleanser in the shower. Like, you have to do both steps. That's the same thing. So take really good care of them, because you have, as I said before, you've invested in them. So take good care of them. Wash your lashes.
Yes.
I have some questions.
You've written them down?
I have written them down. I have some questions. Common first-time questions answered by Alicia Felix. Can I wear lash mascara with lash extensions?
No.
Next question.
Okay, so
you sure you don't want to
shouldn't
think
need
about
to.
it?
Well, I was like, how mean do I be? But no. You don't need to. You shouldn't need to. Do not, I'm going to be mean, do not wear it with Russian volume or mega volume, or you will close the fans and they will just look like a clumpy mess. If you got classics, you could wear mascara, but it is really hard to get it off. Okay, so the lash extensions are porous. Double cleansing often isn't even enough to get mascara off eyelash extensions. So if you must, for some reason, and if you got classics, you could wear mascara.
Is there a better mascara to use, can I ask?
An oil-free mascara is always ideal, because if you're using oil-based products on the lash extensions, they are porous. It makes it so much harder to remove the product from the lashes. So that is an ideal choice. But
for those of you that can't see, Alicia's actually screwing up her nose while we're talking, because she really doesn't want you to wear mascara.
Yeah. The short answer is no, please don't.
Okay, question 1 answered very clearly. How long do lash extensions last?
2 to 3 weeks before you need a refill. That doesn't mean that all your lashes are gone in 2 to 3 weeks. That means that's the point in time when probably about 50% of your lashes are gone. So that's another thing to mention. Your lashes fall out. I know that sounds silly to those of us that know this. Often people don't know it, and it's fair enough, because why would you know that? Your lashes fall out and a new hair grows in its place. So it is normal to lose 3 to 5 lashes every day. Sometimes when you have extensions on, it's more noticeable when you lose a lash. If you've washed your lashes, you might see one in the sink and go, oh, just an extension, because your extension goes with your natural lash. And so they're like a big, thick, maybe fan on your bathroom sink, or on your cheek if it's fallen out, or on your pillow when you've woken up in the morning. And it can feel a bit like, oh no, they're all falling out, but it's normal. You are supposed to lose 3 to 5. If you're losing 3 to 5 a day, normal. If you lose all of them in one day, that's not normal. Contact your lash artist. But you will lose lashes, and that is normal and that's fine. So at 2 to 3 weeks, you would expect to have lost about half of your lashes. 2 weeks if you just have a really naturally fast lash cycle, which is possible that everyone's got different cycles. And yeah, it's probably 3 to 4 weeks if you've got a slower natural lash cycle. But overall, you completely lose your set. If you hadn't done a refill in that time, you'd have no lashes left in about a 6 to 8 week period.
Okay, that answers that question very thoroughly.
No extensions, not lashes. You'll still have your natural lashes. Did you clarify that?
She's very, very passionate, isn't she? Will lash extensions damage my natural lashes?
No, they will not, if they're applied correctly and if you look after them properly. Okay? Lashes, natural lashes, sometimes even get a better quality of health after having extensions on them because
you
you're
wash
washing them. Yeah, you're caring for your eyes. You're specifically caring for your eyes. People that actually are washing their lashes and their eyes twice daily have much better lash health, much less likely to have syndromes like dry eye syndrome and blepharitis than those that don't, even if they're not wearing extensions. So no, there is possibilities of having lash damage if you don't care for them. They can stick to one another, they can twist, they can pull each other out. You can block the hair follicles with all the gunk that you're not washing out, cause ingrown hairs, blepharitis, lash mite infestations, things like that. And yes, you may cause lash damage if you're not caring for them, or if you go to a lash artist who is not doing the proper application, safe application, and is gluing multiple lashes together. Yes, there can be lash damage, but you're not going to do that.
You're not going to do that because you're going to check the reviews, you're going to have a look at the work, you're going to do all your research before you get there.
We do also have an episode on how to find the best lash artist as well. So if you're wondering, what do I do now and how do I actually find this person that's going to give me this incredible set, go check out that episode.
Yes, we do too. And you know what makes me think of when you don't wash your hair and you get like a dready knot?
Yes.
That's what I imagine it would be like. You get like dready eyebrows.
Eyelashes.
Have you ever seen anyone get dreadies?
Not exactly, but they do twist and they can catch underneath each other. So if you can imagine a natural lash and you imagine the extension, as much as a good lash artist will try to what's called wrap the extension around and make it basically like as close as possible, the bond between the two, there's still like an edge. There's an edge where the extension and the natural lash kind of are meeting, and a lot of things can like build up in there and catch in there. Why am I talking about this?
I don't know. It's fascinating. Just keep going.
Point.
I'm just letting you go. No, I asked you. I asked you, can they damage your natural lashes? And you've gone off the Richter. So
I don't know.
No, it's fine. It's really good for people to know.
I feel like there was meant to be some point to that, but that's just an interesting fun fact for you now.
I asked you if you damage lashes, and you were trying to explain. I just think she just gets carried away.
No,
let's move on. Next question.
They're not going to damage your lashes. Oh, the twist. You asked me about the dreadlocks.
Oh, the dreadlocks.
I'm back. She's back, baby. So that little ledge, I find if they twist across each other, sometimes one next to it can get like caught on that ledge and they kind of like are trapped together, and then they like, especially if it's fan, they like group together in like a little like twisted bundle. That's as close to a dreadlock as I've seen.
All right, last question, and I think we will wrap it up for today because I think we've given some great knowledge to people.
I keep talking about lashes forever.
Last question. Oh, it's an unusual one.
Oh. I actually haven't looked at these questions in advance.
Are lash extensions worth it?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Oh, look at it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, yes, because they make you look good. They make you feel good. They save you time in the morning. And if you love them, they're worth it, right?
Yeah.
It's fair enough. Like that's an individual answer. Everyone's going to have their own answer to if they're worth it or not. But yes, I think if they make you feel good and look good and you are happy with them, yes, they are worth it.
There you go. Spoken by an expert towards all you experts out there.
An expert lash artist and lash wearer. So no bias. I've been both.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm sure you got heaps out of today. Well, I hope you did. Be careful and be aware what you're stepping into, and don't worry about all the myths about lashes. You just, as Alicia said, you go and live your life as soon as you get them done. Nothing changes except how awesome you look when you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, I forgot I had those done.
Don't be scared. They're not scary. Make sure you just choose a good quality lash artist who cares about what they're doing, and they will look after you.
Wash your lashes with Prolong Lash.
Twice daily.
And give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this.
Yeah. If we were helpful, give us a thumbs up, please.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out lash tips and things like that about how to look after lash extensions, we have lots of that on our social media. Follow us on Instagram, get onto our TikTok account for a bit of fun. We have our Aussie Lash Wife podcast if you want to tune into any episodes and learn more about eyelash extensions. If you're wanting to find that episode about how to find the best eyelash extension artist, you can find that on our Aussie Lash Wise podcast as well. And of course, if you want to buy Prolong Lash and get started on your lash care routine before you go to your lash artist, where do you go?
www.prolonglash.com and .au for Australia, and get on and get your stuff, get your lashes washed before you go so they last longer and they look beautiful and fresh every day.
Your lash artist will be so proud of you. Those of you that like to be an A+ student, get onto that. The feeling will be like euphoria.
I'm done. That's so fast.
Good am I.
Sorry.
I know. If my lash artist was proud of me, I'd be like, can I have a sticker?
Well, scratch and smell one.
Yeah. Best client ever.
On that note, we're going to say goodbye. So thanks for joining us. See you later.
Bye.